Good morning, everyone. This is Deana Bordewyk with Financial Markets. Thank you for joining us today on our call for the FMI $500 Amazon Christmas Shopping Spree giveaway and to learn about Long-Term Care Planning 2.0. Just a little housekeeping notes. Your lines are currently muted and this is being recorded. If you have any questions or comments throughout the call, please use your GoToWebinar chat function to submit your questions. First of all, from all of us here at Financial Markets and the carriers you sell each and every day, thank you. Thank you for your business and thank you for the retirement security and family protection you provide to your clients. Without you and your clients, our firm and the insurance companies you solicit would not be where we are today. So a big thank you to all the producers on the call. We truly appreciate everything that you do. Congratulations to our Smart TV winner, Brian from Nebraska. He won our 65-inch Smart TV. And also congratulations to our four runner-ups who won the $50 Amazon gift card. Today we will be giving away a $500 shopping spree Amazon gift card and learning about the long-term care planning. Just a little details on the shopping spree giveaway. Qualification period was October 22nd through December 7th. You earned one ticket for every application submitted. You earned one ticket for every $10,000 anticipated annuity premium and $1,000 anticipated life, MedSup, DI, and long-term care premium. We then doubled the tickets for every case that was submitted with American General, Emeritus, Lincoln National, North American, Protective Life, and Prudential. And then we tripled the tickets for every case that you wrote on or after October 22nd and had placed by December 7th. One producer will win the $500 Amazon gift card and four runner-ups will win a $50 Amazon gift card. You must be present with your full name. You must be present on the call with your full name and on this webinar at the time of the drawing. Your odds are pretty good today. We have 2,114 tickets. Your name can only be drawn once, and you must be pre-registered with your full name and present for the duration of the webinar. So if we draw your name and you are not currently on the call, we will draw another name. So you do have to be present for the full webinar in order to be eligible. A quick reminder about the Financial Markets mobile app. If you have not installed this on your phone, it is a huge tool that you can have at your fingertips. And it does allow you to run term quotes and GUL quotes. You can do a needs analysis with your clients. All you have to do is search for fmiAgent in the App Store. So I highly recommend that you do put that on your phone today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and draw our first producer. I have been shuffling these names all morning, so hopefully they are good and shuffled, mixed up, ready to go. So we will go ahead and draw our first producer. John Brooks from Missouri. Let's take a look and see if John is on the call today.
And I do see him on the call, Deana.
Great, thank you, Neil. So we do have our first finalist, John Brooks from Missouri. He had 16 tickets in the hat. And without further ado, I'm going to pass this over to Neil Sperling, Vice President of Financial Markets. He is going to go over long-term care planning. And I can tell you with the product that he's going to be going over, we've had a lot of traction with this, running lots of quotes, submitting applications. So it's a huge advantage to you and your clients.
Thank you, Deana. Well, good luck to everybody for the shopping spree. Here today, we'll be going over some what I call long-term care planning 2.0. And to set the stage first, let's talk about traditional long-term care. And I'll take this to the policy that I own. And I'd encourage everybody on the call, look, if you're selling long-term care protection and it's something that's important in your portfolio, you should own it too. So maybe taking a look at what we go over today as a possibility for your own personal portfolio as well as for your clients. So the policy that I purchased was from State Life, purchased in 2003. And, back then, pretty typical to purchase a $150 a day plan. At that time, we had lifetime, virtually unlimited benefits, so I purchased the lifetime option. Pretty common to have a 90-day elimination period. And back then, almost everything was sold with a 5% compound inflation protection rider on there. Uniquely back then, and I'm glad at this point that I made the decision to pay a little bit more and get a 10-pay policy, so the policy was paid up after just 10 years of payments. The policy has no death benefit, though I didn't expect this insurance policy to have a death benefit on it. It'd be nice if it did. And I paid $273 a month for a 10-year period, and now my policy is paid up. So what if I were to try to purchase this same policy today? Mutual of Omaha is really one of the leaders in the current traditional long-term care marketplace. And so if I purchased this in 2018 at the same age as I were in 2003, taking a look at the policy available with Mutual of Omaha, it'd be a $4,500 a month benefit. Now, lifetime benefits are no longer. So the most benefit period that I can purchase there with Mutual of Omaha is a 5-year, what I would say is a limited benefit. What if I need care longer than 5 years? We'll stick with the same 90-day elimination period, still get a 5% compound inflation rider, but I have to pay the premium forever. They don't offer a 10-pay any longer. And of course, the death benefit on traditional long-term care is zero. Now, to purchase that same plan today, that would cost $386 per month. Not only is it more expensive, I only have a 5-year benefit. It's 41% more costly than it were 15 years ago. No limited pay option, got to pay the premium forever. And the rates can increase. So maybe 5, 10, 15 years down the road after I've paid this premium, the rates can go up. And I'm sure those of you on the call have seen rates go up on in-force long-term care in the past. So what's available today? And using two of the major players out there, Genworth and Mutual of Omaha. So traditional tax-qualified long-term care. They don't offer lifetime benefits any longer. You can still do inflation protection. Rather, it's required even with partnership designs. Are there 10-pay or limited pay designs? Of course, those are gone today. One unique thing about tax-qualified long-term care that was not available back in the early 2000s is state long-term care partnership. And if you're not familiar with state long-term care partnership, ask your internal wholesaler here at Financial Markets about that. It's a very, very effective, really Medicaid planning technique utilizing private long-term care insurance. Are the premiums deductible? You bet they are in tax-qualified long-term care, though they're subject to very, very narrow rules, and it's pretty hard to be able to deduct your actual premiums from your federal income taxes. And then are there death benefits in excess of the premiums minus claims available on tax-qualified long-term care today? And the answer is by and large no. So if you don't use it, you lose it. Can you do a joint policy with traditional long-term care? And obviously the answer there is yes, and rather the majority of policies out there are sold on a joint basis. So let's look at what I call long-term care 2.0. And that's really linked benefit life insurance with long-term care. And so when you're looking at the linked benefit today, I understand that there's a lot of linked benefit products out there. Today we're going to be looking at a product that is focused on that individual that is primarily interested in long-term care planning, not one that's specifically looking for a life insurance benefit. This does have life insurance benefits with it, which we'll go over why that's important. But keep in mind there are other solutions out there that might be more focused on the life insurance benefit, whereas today the One America State Life that we're going to take a look at is focused primarily on that long-term care planning need. So are lifetime benefits available with this? Astounding? Yes, they are. Very, very unique and a differentiator between traditional long-term care. We have the traditional inflation protection options. And here's the really neat thing. We have 10-pay and limited pay plans available through this linked benefit type of product. It is not long-term care state partnership qualified because it's not a true traditional tax qualified long-term care plan. You don't have that asset protection through the state partnership, so it's important to know that. And are the premiums deductible? And the answer is flat no. Again, it's not a tax qualified plan, though know that those deductible premiums are so narrow in scope on traditional long-term care. I don't know that that's a big differentiator. This is a big differentiator. Death benefit in excess of premiums minus claims. And it's an astounding yes. This is built on a life insurance chassis. If your client doesn't lose it, the benefits are not lost. The beneficiaries are going to get that. And then with these types of long-term care focused linked benefit products, joint policies are hard to find. One America State Life has a joint policy, and rather, that's one of the main reasons you might consider State Life for this type of product is that they have the joint policy option. So, what's the perception of traditional long-term care? At this point, my observation is that clients have really said, hey, look, the perceived risk is less than the perceived cost to avoid the risk. Really, for the past 3, 4, 5 years, we've seen long-term care sales flat and declining. And really that's because the price has gotten to a point where the consumer says, I don't see the value compared to the premiums I'm going to have to pay compared to the risk. If I don't use it, I lose it. I'm concerned that the insurance company is going to raise my rates. They've seen it in the headlines. They've seen it in the newspaper and on TV. They know that these traditional long-term care rates can go up. Some say, I don't want another insurance policy. I'd like an asset on my balance sheet. And the fact is, traditional long-term care is not necessarily an asset. I want a joint policy. I don't know if that's a really negative to traditional long-term care, since you can do that, but most folks are saying, hey, I want a product that's going to cover both myself and my partner. I'm worried about inflation eroding away the power of my long-term care. And of course, you have the inflation protection options available, really both for tax qualified and the linked benefit products. And here's another big one. I want the security of guaranteed long-term care benefits for life. I don't want a 5-year limited benefit period. I want it to take care of me when I need it the most. And I'm concerned I'll have to pay taxes on the money. And this is an important thing. When you're looking at linked benefit products, whether it's a true long-term care like rider or a chronic illness rider, up to the HIPAA per diem limits, the benefits that the individual receives are income tax-free. And the consumer really needs to be made aware of that for both traditional and for linked benefit products. So let's take a look at the One America Asset Care 4. The Asset Care 4 is really, let's say, the best comparison to a traditional long-term care plan. One America has several different planning options. The Asset Care 4 is going to be the one that is most similar to that of traditional long-term care. Now, it has a whole life foundation. So what does that mean to your client? Whole life, we know that the premiums are guaranteed, right? There's cash values in the policy. We can cover 2 persons, so it's a second to die whole life insurance policy. And this is what long-term care can't match. A death benefit, guaranteed premiums, incredible. And that's what your clients are really asking for. So let's take a look at a hypothetical example. So we have a male and female, age 55, non-smokers. We're going to take a look at the Asset Care 4 versus a traditional standalone long-term care product. So we can see here we do a $5,000 monthly benefit. Now we have a lifetime benefit with the Asset Care 4 product, 5-year benefit on the standalone. In this example, we did a 30-day elimination period. Both have a waiver of premium on claim. Are the premiums guaranteed? Well, they are with the asset care. They're not with traditional tax-qualified long-term care. If you don't use it, you don't lose it. It has a $125,000 death benefit in this example. It's a second-to-die policy, whereas the traditional long-term care has no benefit. If you don't use it, you lose it. There's some cash value in the policy that you can, if you want to quit the policy, you can get some cash out. You can't do that with traditional long-term care. So you get down here and you look at the premiums. Look, you're going to pay a little bit more for the Asset Care 4 versus the standalone product, but guess what? The premium is guaranteed. The standalone product, the premium is not guaranteed. So is it less expensive? Time will tell. But the premium with the standalones, $3,400, that can go up. The Asset Care is $4,600. It can never go up. It's guaranteed. So let's look at the same situation, though, with an individual female. And so you're going to find that the Asset Care 4 product is going to be most competitive in a joint situation when you have two lives. We designed a very similar plan, though the long-term care benefit period, we did a limited period on here, 50 months for long-term care with the Asset Care, 48 months, 4 years with a traditional long-term care plan. Again, $125,000 death benefit if you don't use it with the Asset Care 4. And you can see the premium there, $4,000 for the Asset Care. Again, that premium can never change. Versus the standalone at $2,500 premium, subject to potential future rate increases. There's a tremendous amount of options available with OneAmerica. They have the Asset Care 1, Asset Care 2, 3. Asset Care 4 is the one that we looked at here today. But the takeaway here is you can transfer, 1035 non-qualified funds into the Asset Care 2. You can do a single pay with the Asset Care 1. The Asset Care 3, they accept qualified transfers. And that's a huge marketplace for those who have unneeded qualified funds that would like to reposition those assets to provide some long-term care protection. And the Asset Care 4 that we looked at today, your options there, you can do a continuous pay, a 20 pay, or a 10 pay on that. I won't go into detail on the annuity series with OneAmerica, but please contact your internal wholesaler at Financial Markets if you'd like to discuss these. We have wonderful opportunities here for you to leverage your clients' annuity dollars through the Annuity Care series to help cover the long-term care risk. So here's a question for you. When your client contacts you or the client spouse contacts you and says, how do we fund this long-term care need? We have a situation here where one of us need care. Would you like to fill out withdrawal forms from the assets that you manage for them? How about fill out withdrawal forms for the annuities that you service for them? How about fill out cancellation forms for the other insurance plans that they have to free up cash flow to help them pay for the long-term care expenses? Or my favorite, fill out a claim form with the company where you help them purchase their long-term care coverage. It could be a traditional long-term care. It could be this Asset Care series. The main thing is all of these products cover the long-term care risk, and your clients have that true risk, and why not transfer it to an insurance company? So OneAmerica has a really easy calculator. You guys can all access this calculator, and I'll show you at the balance of the presentation where you can access this. But it's a very simple online calculator. In this case, I did a couple that were age 50. On the left-hand side, you can see the input. We did a 10 pay here. We have a second to die at $125,000 with a premium of about $8,000 in this case. So when you're running the quotes on the website, you'll get this nice little summary that you can kind of play with and get to where you'd like to get the price point to show your client. In the lower right-hand corner there, you're going to see a Generate PDF button. And OneAmerica has done a fantastic job of making this really easy for clients to understand. You get a 2-page report. It's not a 40-page illustration. It's a 2-page report that shows them how the plan works. you can just dive into the details right here, but it's very, very simple to explain and present to your client, and you guys can run these quotes on your own or contact one of our internal wholesalers to assist you with preparing a quote for you. So with the asset care products, here's the underwriting. And really the underwriting is very streamlined, very similar to that of traditional life insurance underwriting. Paramed urinalysis, Paramed blood urine. Age 70 plus, they're going to get medical records. So folks that are 71 and up, they're expected to have routine annual care. To be underwritten by the One America team, you really have to have a client that's seeing a doctor on some sort of regular basis for routine care. They will not consider, and they say they may not, but really in reality, they won't consider folks above the age of 75 that don't have routine medical care. And they will order medical records on all folks that are above age 70 applying for the Asset Care series. But really, the underwriting is very streamlined, very simple, something you're very accustomed to on normal life insurance underwriting. So I challenge you, identify some of your clients which have expressed interest in long-term care but didn't buy what you offered. Maybe they didn't like the, I don't use it, I lose it. Maybe they thought the price point was too high to cover the risk. Give them a call. See if they'd like to discuss the new way to cover the long-term care risk. Let's call it long-term care 2.0. Maybe show this in conjunction with your annual reviews. So if you'd like to get more information about this, maybe run a quote on yourself or run a quote on a potential client, if you hit fmiAgent.com, you click on the Product Kits tab, and then go to One America, you'll find that quote system that I just showed you. You'll find all the product brochures, underwriting guides, everything that you need in that one-stop shop. So I hope you've taken some information away here today, and good luck in the drawing to the $500 winner today. And with that, I'll turn it right over to Deana Bordewyk.
Thank you, Neil. I just have a few things to add, I guess, to this, to what you presented here. A couple things with the underwriting is that they do have a phone interview, and just prepare your clients that that phone interview could take up to an hour to complete. So if you give them forewarning, then it's not a huge deal. But they do gather the medical information through that phone interview. So prepare your clients about that. Another thing that I wanted to bring up is with the joint policy. Neil had mentioned how it's pretty competitive to have a joint rather than an individual. We kind of saw that with a case here. We had a case where the wife didn't qualify for the long-term care with One America due to some medical reasons. When we ran the single just on the husband, it turned out that it actually cost more for him to do it alone than to have the policy on both him and his spouse. So a sales idea that was presented is you can actually do a joint policy with a family member. So if the spouse didn't qualify, we could actually look at a brother of the husband or a sister of the husband or even a child. The only stipulation with the child is that you can't have more than 25 years difference in the ages of both insured. So, but a sales idea there would be, maybe find a different family member that could qualify to be able to, you're basically adding a free benefit on that second person. So
yeah, it could be a spouse, it could be a brother, sister, mother, father, son, daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have an individual and you're looking for lower cost, let's explore their relatives.
Yeah, so that's huge. So keep that in mind when you're looking at that. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and do our second drawing here, or our second name. We have Doug Malin from Illinois with 11 tickets in the hat. Is Doug on the call?
I'm sorry, I don't see Doug on the call, so we're going to have to go to the next one.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and draw a second name. So we have one finalist so far. That's John Brooks from Missouri with 16 tickets in the hat. Ross Bauer with 27 tickets from Kansas. Is Ross on the call?
He is sure on the call. Congratulations.
Great. Congratulations, Ross. All right. And I think we're going to go ahead and do our third drawing. So we currently have John Brooks and Ross Bauer. So we have 2 finalists so far. Let's go ahead and draw our third producer. Brian Luther from Nebraska. Is Brian on the call?
You know, Brian won the TV last time. How did he get drawn again? But actually, he's not on the call. So
not on the call. So it doesn't look like he'll be getting the $500 gift card today. So let's go ahead and draw another producer. And we have Pawan from California with 29 tickets in the hat.
And Deana, unfortunately, Pawan didn't join us today either.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and try again here. Christopher Hansen from South Dakota. Is Christopher on the call today?
We have another Chris, but the last name's not Hansen, so we'll have to do another one.
All right, guys. Well, that just shows you do have to be on the call to be able to have a chance to win. So we have Cliff Cross from Kansas. Is Cliff on the call?
Cliff is on the call. Congratulations.
Great. Okay, so we have John Brooks from Missouri, Ross Bauer from Kansas, and Cliff Cross. Just a little bit about our current incentives that we have going for 2018. We have the mini coupe, and you can qualify for that with $10 million of annuity premium or $300,000 life premium or any combination. And we do have some agents that are in the hunt for that, so there's still time to qualify. So keep on sending in that business to get qualified for that. Let's go ahead and do our fourth producer. Roy Luke from Georgia with 44 tickets in the hat. Is Roy on the call?
I don't see Roy on the call.
All right. We'll go ahead and draw another name here. And Brian Waits from Missouri.
And we do not have Brian Waits from Missouri on the call.
All right. We'll go again here. And Cliff Cross is already one of the finalists in the hat, so we'll go ahead and draw another one.
He should be feeling lucky today.
Same with Ross Bauer, looks like. All right, how about Tyler Thiel from South Dakota? Is Tyler on the call?
We don't have Tyler on the call.
Oh, all right, well. And Roy Luke has already been
still not on the call. There's 42 folks on the list here, and hopefully.
So we have John Brooks, Ross Bauer, and Cliff Cross. So far, who is in the finalists.
All right.
And we have John Schumacher from North Dakota. Is he on the call?
And John Schumacher is not on the call. I just got a text message from Tyler Thiel that says, "I am too." So he is on the call. I know he's traveling today, so maybe he's just on the audio side. What do you think, Deana?
Well, I think if he listened to your presentation, I think we ought to give him a chance to win.
All right.
So we will go ahead and so we've got 4 finalists now. We've got John Brooks, Ross Bauer, Cliff Cross, and Tyler Thiel.
All right.
So it looks like we're doing our 5th producer draw here. We have quite the list there, and we know Pawan's not on the call, so we'll go ahead and draw it again. Frank Weinstein from Iowa, is he on the call?
Deana, he's not on the call.
All right, here we go again. And Roy Luke, boy, Roy should really been on this call because
he should have been.
he was pretty lucky today. Kimberly Smith from Missouri. Is Kimberly on the phone today?
Let's see. She is not on the call.
It looks like I'm running out of room here. And Tyler Thiel, we've already drawn his name, and he is on the call. How about James Deloy from South Dakota? Is Jim on the call today?
And he is on the call.
Great.
Congratulations,
okay, so,
Jim.
Congratulations, Jim. We have our 5 producers. We have go through all these lists. We have John Brooks, Ross Bauer, Cliff Cross, Tyler Thiel, and James Deloy.
All right. Now we gotta shuffle that for the big winner. Hey, I think all of you have seen this throughout the year. The 2019 fmiAgent Cruise got a lot of qualifiers. We're super excited to host you. If you're not quite qualified, you have until January 15th to get that business placed. The sale date's going to be April 1st through April 1st through April 6th, 2019. And look, you can get on the boat for as low of qualification as $30,000 a life premium or $1 million of annuity premium or any combination thereof. We're going to be sailing this year on the Independence of the Seas. They won the 2018 Best for Entertainment Cruise Critic Award. We're really excited to host you there for a 5-night Western Caribbean cruise. And this call is being recorded, so we've got some questions that have come in. Is this going to be recorded? And certainly it will be. And you'll get an email as such with the recording if you'd like to share this with any of your associates. And keep in mind the presentation's for agent use only, so shouldn't be sharing this content with your consumers.
And I just about got it here. All right, so just to recap here on our finalists, we've got John Brooks from Missouri, Ross Bauer from Kansas, Cliff Cross from Kansas, Tyler Thiel from South Dakota, and James Deloy from South Dakota. So we are going to go ahead and shuffle these names up again. We'll shuffle them up really good. So what do you think, Neil?
Give it about 4 more minutes.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not that patient. So we'll go ahead and put these names in the hat, and we are going to draw out our $500 winner of the Amazon gift card. So drum roll.
Dum, 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 dum.
Ross Bauer from Kansas with 27 tickets. Congratulations, Ross. You are our winner of the $500 Amazon gift card, and a big congratulations to our other 4 runner-ups to the $50 Amazon gift card. And watch your inbox for our next promotion starting in January 2019. And again, we just want to say thank you for all the business that you do with financial markets. We do appreciate each and every one of you. And Merry Christmas to you and your families. Thank you for being on the call today.
Thanks, everyone.